Welcome to the new look NBA. There are 11 women serving as assistant coaches this season. And this isn't the latest fad. It's a real movement with one mission. Get the best and the brightest in the game to coach the most electrifying players on the hardwood.
Ja Morant with elevation.
How quick he gets up and then slams it down.
Niele Ivey, the first female assistant coach for the Grizzlies.
She just brings this different type of style to us. I feel like that we need, and she just helps us a lot, whether it's scouting or whatever we need to come out with a win.
A big thing was when I was a player, I was a point guard. You were kind of the coach on the floor. So taking that and trying to use my experiences, what I've been through, what I've learned to teach some of these guys.
Coaches who bring with them championship pedigree. WNBA legends such as Lawson, Kristi Toliver, Lindsey Harding, and Teresa Weatherspoon are helping to develop the likes of Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Rui Hachimura, and Zion Williamson.
How about that? Wow.
Boy, he does some eye-popping things.
My job is to take being a woman coaching men, which is perceived to be irregular, and it's my job to make it normal.
Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman set the standard and made headlines in 2009 as the head coach of the Mavericks G League affiliate, the Texas Legends.
I just so admire you guys.
Yes, sir.
You call me sir?
No.
Don't get too cute out here. Stay serious, stay focused. Go, play the right way.
And in 2014, Becky Hammon, the 7th player in WNBA history to score 5,000 career points, became the first female to hold an assistant coaching position in the NBA full-time.
There's a number of assistant coaches, Becky Hammon being the first, that have shown that they can do the job at the highest level.
The San Antonio Spurs, your Las Vegas Summer League champs.
As head coach, Hammon led the Spurs to the Summer League championship in 2015 and won it all.
I happen to be a female, but I do believe leadership knows no gender.
With Becky Hammon, getting the job in San Antonio, I think it started to be at least a possibility. And with Adam Silver saying, we want more women in the league, it was kind of out there in my head, but it was more conceptual.
1, 2, 3. All we do is win.
Wizards assistant Kristi Toliver helped lead the Washington Mystics to their first WNBA championship in 2019. Now, she's the only current active player amongst the roster of women assistant coaches in the NBA.
Having KT on our staff, it's something super cool to experience because there's so much knowledge of basketball, just basketball of life too.
This just started with an interaction that I had with one of the assistants, and he kind of asked me about my interest.
You can tell that players, if they're going to be a coach or not. She has that it factor, and she's a big-time asset to our program.
With women in such prominent roles across the NBA, the future is looking bright. And it is just a matter of when, not if, we will see the first woman head coach in the NBA.
So clearly this is not a trend. It's honestly the new normal. As you see, there's so many faces, women coaches in the NBA, Woj, and you've been covering the league for over 2 decades. How have you kind of seen the impact of women on the coaching side evolve?
Well, listen, the NBA, especially in the eyes of players, is a meritocracy. For players, if you can help them get better, if you can, as coaches, help them win, improve their game, they're going to respect you. And what you have found, and you talk to players in this league, that the women coaches who've come in the league, they help me get better. They have a different set of eyes. In a lot of ways, sometimes they can see things different than their male colleagues. But at the end of the day, they'll all tell you basketball is basketball, and the teaching of the game is the teaching of it. And they're in this league doing it now.
Yeah, and you're seeing it happen more and more, but the hiring, it seems as though it's evolved somewhat, and we're seeing all kinds of calibers of individuals joining teams.
Yeah, initially you saw the ex-player, the ex-women's player coming in like a player development role and then moving up. And then this year you saw Lindsay Gottlieb, who was hired by the Cleveland Cavaliers. She was a head coach at Cal Berkeley. She had been to a Final Four. She was a high major coach making $700,000–800,000 a year. She took a pay cut to go to the NBA but she's there sitting on the front of the bench, moved into a higher position. And, Kobe Altman, their GM, when they were looking at the draft this past year, Kevin Porter was a player that they thought Lindsay Gottlieb could really impact. And the fact that they hired Lindsay Gottlieb, it put Kevin Porter higher on their draft board, and they've seen his development this year, and she's been a big part of that.
Yeah, and you said it, very successful coach in college. I mean, she was at a regional final 2013, the Pac-12 Coach of the Year, winning regular season titles, and now to see that caliber of coach sitting on an NBA sideline is amazing. These are all trailblazing women, and you could read more about them. What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.